Hello there, you're tuning in to 7Edition. I'm Zajor Haizad and these are tonight's top stories. Condolences pour in for Nora Quoirin's family while awaiting post-mortem. Man remanded for terrorizing female motorist. And international drug sting nets a record MDMA haul and the arrest of 6 people. We begin tonight's bulletin with this story. Nora and Quoirin's family will press for an inquest into the teen's death if the post-mortem examination provides evidence to support this. Her family's lawyer, Sankara and Nair, said they will decide the next course of action after the medical examination.
Procedurally, what happens is a copy of the post-mortem report will go to the AG's chambers. And it's for the AG then to decide to instruct whatever there is to be. It is for him to decide whether there is a need for inquest. Normally, sudden death or of such nature would invite an inquest. But then again, it's on the evidence that is presented in the post-mortem report and other investigations which the police, I'm sure, are doing, will then require the AG to consider whether he needs an.
Sankara said the family was distraught after they confirmed that the body discovered yesterday was that of their 15-year-old daughter with special needs who had gone missing on August 4th. Meanwhile, Nora's family thanked everyone involved in the search for the girl. The statement was released via the Lucy Blackman Trust, a charity organization which manages media-related affairs for British nationals in crisis overseas. According to the family, Nora has brought together people of various backgrounds, including those from other nations, and that she has truly touched the whole world. The post-mortem on Nora is still ongoing at the Tuanku Jaafar Hospital in Seremban. The medical examination started at 10 a.m. after a senior pathologist from Hospital Kuala Lumpur arrived to perform the post-mortem. Police earlier said the medical team will still need a few more hours before they can complete the autopsy. We are seeing now the press conference on the progress of the post-mortem live in Tuanku Jaafar Hospital. The Home Minister, meanwhile, expressed his sympathy and condolences to Nora's family. In a Facebook post today, Tan Sri Muhyiddin Yassin said he was deeply saddened by the latest development on Nora's case and extended his sympathy and condolences to the whole family over the tragedy. Tan Sri Muhyiddin also thanked the search and rescue team and all quarters involved in the operation to find the girl over the last 10 days. Meanwhile, the Raja Permaisuri Agong Tunku Azizah Aminah Maimunah Iskandaria joined other leaders and other Malaysians in expressing their condolences and grief. Tunku Azizah Aminah Maimunah, via her Twitter account, extended her condolences to the family and prayed that God gives them strength in their hour of need. Irish President Michael D. Higgins also expressed his condolences to the missing French-Irish teen's family and his gratitude to the authorities involved in the search for Nora. Irish Prime Minister Leo Varadkar also shared his condolences to the family via Twitter. In a joint statement, French Europe and Foreign Affairs Minister Jean-Yves Le Drian and Secretary of State for European and Foreign Affairs Jean-Baptiste Lemoyne expressed condolences and offered their assistance to shed light on the missing teen's death. The statement also said that the French Ministry of Europe and Foreign Affairs' Crisis and Support Center and its consulate in Kuala Lumpur remain at the family's disposal. In another development, officials from the Welfare Department are on standby to provide counseling services to Nora's family. Deputy Women, Family and Community Development Minister Hannah Yeoh said she and several counsellors were at the Tuanku Jafar Hospital on Tuesday night after news broke that the remains of the 15-year-old girl had been found.
Kita juga faham sekarang ini keluarga memerlukan ruang untuk mereka menerima berita inilah. Jadi kita nak berikan mereka ruang to grieve. Okey, dan kementerian kita sedia membantu dari segi kaunseling untuk keluarga. Okey, dan kita juga menyampaikanlah ucapan takziah bagi pihak kementerian kita kepada keluarga mereka lah.
Yeoh also called on the public to stop speculating over Nora's cause of death. Moving on, a 27-year-old man has been arrested for allegedly bullying a female motorist in a road rage incident at Cheras last Saturday. The man surrendered himself at the Cheras District's police headquarters yesterday afternoon after the 30-year-old female motorist lodged a police report. In the incident that went viral on social media, the woman was traveling with family on Jalan Yaakob Latif when a man in a Toyota Vios neared her vehicle and started scolding her. She, however, ignored the man, who tailed her car before overtaking her at Bulatan Cheras and abruptly stopped his vehicle. The victim failed to avoid the car and ended up rear-ending the Toyota Vios. Outraged, the suspect then got out of his car and hurled insults at the victim. He also broke the side mirror before throwing it back at the car. The suspect has been remanded for investigation under the Penal Code for committing mischief. In another road rage incident, police have opened an investigation on Datuk Lokman Nur Adam over remarks he allegedly made in a social media video clip. The investigation was opened yesterday and will be carried out by the Bukit Aman Classified Criminal Investigation Unit. Selangor CID Chief Senior Assistant Commissioner Fadzil Ahmad said the President of Pemantau Malaysia Baru is being probed under the Penal Code for intentional insult and under the Communications and Multimedia Act for improper use of network facilities or service. In the 7-minute video clip, Datuk Lokman allegedly urged the public to lodge a police report after a picture went viral showing a male motorist who died following a road rage incident on the North-South Expressway near Bangi last Saturday. The incident was said to have resulted from a minor accident after the victim's car collided with the back of another car. Both vehicles then tailed each other before stopping, after which a scuffle ensued and the victim was then allegedly pinned to the railings by the other driver's car. The police have since arrested a married couple to assist in the investigation. The Kuala Lumpur High Court today adjourned Datuk Seri Najib Razak's SRC International Sindiran Berhad's trial to Monday, as the former Prime Minister is down with conjunctivitis. Justice Muhammad Nazlan Muhammad Ghazali allowed Datuk Seri Najib's lead counsel, Tan Sri Muhammad Shafi Abdullah's application to postpone the trial on medical grounds. The prosecution did not object to the application, while Datuk Seri Najib was granted a 3-day medical leave until Friday. Deputy Public Prosecutor B. Sithambaram also supported the defence's application for adjournment. The prosecution was supposed to continue with examination in chief of its last witness, MACC Special Operations Division Senior Assistant Commissioner Rosli Hussein today, as the 1MDB trial is scheduled to commence on Monday. Datuk Seri Najib is facing 3 counts of criminal breach of trust, 1 count of abusing his position, and 3 counts of money laundering involving SRC International Sindiran Berhad funds amounting to 42 million ringgit. More to come. Fearless senior citizens fight against armed robbers. Details next. We're back with foreign news. 6 people have been arrested in Australia and New Zealand in an international drug sting that netted a record haul of potent MDMA powder. Authorities seized 766 kilograms of the highest purity MDMA recorded in Queensland state, with a conservative street value of 90 million Australian dollars or over 254 million ringgit. The burst involved coordination between Australian, New Zealand and the British authorities, who were jointly seeking to dismantle an international crime syndicate. According to police, the MDMA could have made up to 12 million ecstasy capsules. 2 British men aged 51 and 40 were arrested in Australia, along with a 26-year-old Queensland man facing charges relating to drug possession and supply. As a result of cross-agency international collaboration, New Zealand police last week seized 200 kilograms of methamphetamine and charged 2 more men from the UK, aged 60 and 49. A 51-year-old woman was also nabbed in Australia with connections to the syndicate. On to updates on the Brexit deal. Prime Minister Boris Johnson has been warned by Philip Hammond on Wednesday that leaving the EU without a deal would be a betrayal of the referendum result, as the former Chancellor led a group of 20 Conservatives making clear their opposition to crashing out on October 31st. The former Chancellor rejected this suggestion in a tweet, saying he wanted to deliver Brexit and voted to do so 3 times. Since taking office, Johnson has called for the European Union to remove the Irish border backstop plan before the Brexit deadline. Many of those who voted against Theresa May's Brexit deal had concerns over the backstop, designed to guarantee there will not be a hard Irish border after Brexit, which, if implemented, would see Northern Ireland staying aligned to some rules of the EU single market.
Closer and closer and closer.
And they're complex.
Now back on the post-mortem on Nora Quoirin. The post-mortem on Nora is still ongoing at the Tuanku Jaafar Hospital in Seremban. The medical examination started at 10 a.m. after a senior pathologist from Hospital Kuala Lumpur arrived to perform the post-mortem. Police earlier said the medical team will still need a few more hours before they can complete the autopsy. We bring you now the press conference on the progress of the post-mortem live in Tuanku Jaafar Hospital.
Shui Feng daripada Hospital Kuala Lumpur, Dr. Hanif bin Muhammad daripada Hospital Tunku Jaafar ini bersama dengan dibantu oleh pegawai kimia DNA forensik Petaling Jaya, iaitu Nur Aidura binti Sa'adun dan Sufian Arshad bin Muhammad. Mereka masih menjalankan bedah siasat. Jadi setakat ini saja yang saya dapat maklumkan pengembangan sehingga waktu ini. Sekian, terima kasih. Apa dia? Masih. Siasatan masih. Tidak ada yang saya nak laporkan di sini. Masih dalam bedah siasat, still. Saya membuat keputusan setelah mendapat daripada arahan dari Ketua Perdana Negeri untuk membuat another press release esok. Waktu dan masa akan kita maklumkan. Okey, sekian, terima kasih. Nora.
It's time for our daily segment, Clickbait, where we take a look at what's trending and making the rounds in the cyber world today. A typical reaction of people getting robbed is to run away and cower in fear. But it's not the case for this elderly couple. On Monday, the victims put up a brave fight with everything they could lay their hands on as they were ambushed by armed thieves at their home in Tamil Nadu, India. A CCTV footage of the incident went viral with over 6.5 million views on Facebook. It was a calm and quiet night for the family until a masked robber silently emerged from the bushes and strangled the 70-year-old man with a piece of cloth from behind. Seconds later into the video, his wife was seen rushing out of the house and another thief wielding a machete appears. Fearless, the couple grabs anything they can within their reach and throws them at the armed robbers for a chance at safety, and they got it. The approximately 50-second ordeal ended when the thieves finally gave up, with the elderly man chasing them off. However, according to local news portal NDTV, it was reported that one of the thieves managed to snatch the woman's gold chain during the scuffle. Fortunately, the victims were not seriously injured and filed a police report over the incident. Jack Ma, the Chinese billionaire and tech giant who started Alibaba, is an inspiration for many entrepreneurs. He is worth $37.4 billion according to Forbes magazine. However, many might not know this, but when Ma graduated with a degree in English in 1988, no one wanted to hire him. Even the local KFC he applied at rejected him. In today's Corporate King segment, we highlight one of China's most successful tech entrepreneur who never gave up. Ma finally found a job as an English teacher and made $12 a month at a university. The turning point for him was a visit to the US in 1995, which inspired him to start an internet company for China. His first two ventures failed, but that failure gave rise to a young startup company in 1999 we now know today as the Chinese tech giant Alibaba. Its idea was simple. Manufacturers would be able to list their products on the site and customers could buy directly from them. Ma's bet paid off as the internet took off and Alibaba became a household e-commerce name in China. In last year's Singles' Day sales, they saw record sales with $30.8 billion of goods sold in just 24 hours. He's always enjoyed theatrics and putting on a show for his employees to inspire them. In 2014, the company went public on the New York Stock Exchange with a $150 billion initial public offering, making him $25 billion and one of China's richest men. He has now expanded his reach into Malaysia too, by buying a controlling stake in Lazada, which is another e-commerce giant in Southeast Asia. Ma has proven that if one dares to dream big and never give up, an empire awaits you. When we come back, U.S. delays tariff on Chinese products. Stay with us. Thanks for staying with us. Property developer Country Garden Malaysia today unveiled the Lake City at KL North Master Plan, its first integrated transit-oriented development project in Kuala Lumpur. According to its regional president, Jason Fu, the project, which was set on 32 hectares of prime land, will be able to increase economic activity, create new jobs, as well as ease sustainability and transportation issues in the area. The project is set to follow the urban community concept, which comprises hotel, office, park, shopping mall, connectivity, and apartments. While relatively new in Malaysia, the concept is quickly getting the attention of urban planners as it can accommodate the rapid growth of a city's urban population and provide a more organized use of land space. Jason also added that properties in KL North saw strong price appreciation, largely due to the upcoming Mass Rapid Transit Line 2, with 7 out of 26 proposed stations slated to be within the vicinity. President Donald Trump announced on Tuesday U.S. will not impose a 10% tariff on certain Chinese products starting September 1st and is pushing back planned duties on a range of popular consumer goods, sending stock markets surging. The agency, however, did not specify which items would be stricken from the list. Tariffs on other items will be delayed at least until December 15th. That leaves time for items to be shipped to the U.S. ahead of the holiday rush. Those items include cell phones, laptops, laptops, video game consoles, computer monitors, holiday lights, as well as some types of toys, shoes, and clothing. New tariffs on China have increased uncertainty for businesses, which experts say could cause them to curb hiring and investing in new equipment. Both the U.S. and China are far from signing a final trade deal, which means the trade war is likely to continue well into the future. Meanwhile, Singapore further cut its annual growth forecast on Tuesday following the escalating U.S.-China trade war that hammers exports, in another ominous sign for Asia's trade-reliant economies. The government said it expected growth of 0 to 1% this year, sharply down from the 1.5 to 2.5% previously estimated. This marks the second downward revision this year, as the economy expanded 3.2% in 2018. The export hub is highly sensitive to external shocks and has traditionally been one of the first places in Asia to be hit during global downturns, with ripples then spreading out across the rest of the region. Shipments from the city-state have also plunged, while its economy suffered a surprise quarter-on-quarter contraction in the 3 months to June. Singapore has been particularly hard hit by falling demand for electronic goods, a key export that is vital to the manufacturing sector. Bursa Malaysia rebounded from yesterday's sharp decline, ending the day at 0.46% higher at 1,600 points, backed by strong bargain hunting in certain countries. The FBM KLCI was lifted by buying interests in the technology index, medium-sized capitals, and selected heavyweights. Onto stocks to watch. Serba Dynamic Holdings Berhad has clinched 3 new contracts valued around 1.1 billion ringgit for projects in Malaysia and Uzbekistan. Overall, the firm has secured a total of 2.5 billion ringgit worth of projects, in line with analysts' projection for its annual order book replenishment. Next, GFM Services Berhad's share price boasts an upside potential of 32% following the completion of KP Muka acquisition in November 2018. The acquisition provides a long-term earnings visibility, as the concession runs until year 2035, with full earnings contribution this financial year. And last but not least, Malakoff Corporation Berhad has been caught up in an arbitration case, which is being heard at the Singapore International Arbitration Centre. However, the firm is not expected to record any impairment of provision with respect to the case, which may take a while to resolve. I'm Zanshara Haiza. Thanks for tuning in, and good night.